Welcome, Stephanie Keenan Re. So, we are the Diamond member podcast for Polka Dot Powerhouse. And
Mhm.
I'm so excited to have Stephanie on the call with me today because she is a former managing director. She is a powerhouse of a woman on the East Coast here. And yeah, so welcome, Stephanie. I'm just so excited to have this conversation with you.
Hey there. Thank you so much. And yeah, technically, my chapter is surviving. So right now I am still running the Worcester, Massachusetts chapter
You
and
are, yeah.
until hopefully that person makes it through and it takes over and we can have that passing of the torch. So yeah, still doing
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so you're still in it. I'm sorry. Maybe I was a little premature. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
but
seeing the
no, last
future.
week that was where I was at.
I love that. That's awesome. And so tell us a little bit about who you are. I mean, that will be in the description, but I always think it's a good thing to have people like kind of hear from you. Like, how do you serve people? What lights you up? What's the work that you're
Mhm.
doing?
Yeah, so I am an inner radiance and well-being coach, which means basically I am a holistic esthetician that educates around um, health and wellness in order to have that radiant, beautiful skin. But we have to do it from the inside out, and that is mindset, stress, diet, all the things that play a role. So it's so much more than skin. Skin is so much more than skin. So yeah, that is where I come from. But I also educate on essential oils. That is a huge tool in my box of tricks, and I podcast with Wendy Tadusky, who is also a diamond. And so we have a podcast called Smiling Souls that is a ton of fun. It's all about helping women in that sandwich generation find some joy and tools to be better versions of themselves. And then I recently founded a creative network. So it's all about tapping into our creativity, finding that joy, and there is an element of it that helps us grow and evolve as well. So there's like trainings with people from all different elements that can help us grow personally and professionally. So it's not just about creativity, it's about, again, helping people be better human beings and better versions of themselves. So that's where I really am at this point. I've determined that everything I do, it's all about helping people be better versions of themselves, shine their light brighter, be better, happier, healthier versions.
I love that. And so, why do you love this work so much?
I think I've always loved helping people. I've always been into holistic healing and wellness. So to me, that well-rounded part of caring for yourself, caring for others, in taking care of ourselves, we can take care of others better.
Mm.
And I think that's a huge part of showing up in this world. Is it's not just about ourselves, it's about others. And um, as a caregiver, as somebody who, raises a child and runs a house and does the things, yeah, I forget to take care of myself. And so, it's important. It's really important. And women, particularly, are oftentimes running with a million plates spinning, thinking they can do it all and letting themselves get depleted and then go, what the hell? So, so coming up with ways to serve them and help them be better. That's super important.
I love that, and it also feels like you're teaching what you're learning as well, right? And, like, really serving in that way that I think is so authentic and
Mm-hmm.
really helps people, grasp onto it, right? And and
Yes.
and see that, like, "Oh, I'm not alone in this
Mm-hmm.
struggle. I'm not alone in this, like, needing to take care of myself and not going not hitting burnout stage,
Yeah.
and
And
shut down."
yeah, and I'd say also, actually, as a mom, I think it's super important to teach our children these tools. And so they see it in us, they learn from us, they learn from our behavior. So if they see us spinning and doing and not allowing others to do for us, that's what they're going to think they have
Mm.
to do, or um, that's their expectation of women in their lives. And I think it's really important to teach our children to do better as well. Like, we can't just expect them to do better. They have to learn from us. So that
Well, and
too.
they learn by example, right?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
like the example is so much more profound than the words or the, discussion points of like, well, you
Hmm.
should be doing this, right? So
Right.
I think it's really beautiful to help parents to help your own family by modeling that.
Hmm. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I had a very down day once when my husband was on the road, and I literally was like on the floor crying in my room. And my child came into the room and literally just started doing the things that I would do for him, petting my head, telling me it was okay, and telling me how to breathe through whatever I
Mm.
was like stressed out about. And like in that moment, I was like, oh, super win. He is listening. He is understanding the things, and he wants to help, So that was like, I was like, yes, I am succeeding in
Well,
helping, give him the tools, but also then in exchange, he knows how to share them with others.
how freaking beautiful, Stephanie. I'm like full
Hmm.
body goosebumps. Like, I just love that because, yeah, like not only did he witness the tools, he experienced the tools, but then
Hmm.
to remember them and to be able to help you through that.
Yeah.
Um, I think that I could talk about this for a long time, but like I think it's so powerful
Hmm.
to share that vulnerability, whether it's not comfortable,
Yeah.
right? Like that the parent is having a difficult time and the child is stepping in and helping. And I know that some people might have some feelings about that, but I think it's such a
Correct.
beautiful gift to him and you,
Hmm.
to see that how helpful that can be. Not that
Yeah.
they're responsible for your feelings, not that they're
No.
responsible for taking care of you, but that like we all have these moments of
Correct.
hard times, right? That's
Yeah.
human. And to think like, I think that in the past, when I think of like June Cleaver and Leave It to Beaver and like that whole persona
Hmm.
of like, I have it together and everything is
Yes.
perfect, like that's
Hmm.
not real life,
No.
right?
No. Yeah, and I've seen him do it for other kids. I've seen him do it for my mom. Like, we were driving in Boston, and she gets so nervous in the car in traffic and stuff. And she was in the back seat with him, so he's like holding her hand and like helping her breathe. And he was like, "Why are you getting so scared?" So it was like hilarious to see. Not hilarious. It was wonderful to see, but at the same time, it was kind of brilliant too, because he just talked to her and talked her through it and asked her why she was scared, and then helped her breathe, and was like, let's just breathe and think good thoughts and whatever. And he's like, I'm here to hold your hand and whatever. It was so cute. And I think honestly that really helped her, like, way more than anything else that we could have done, just
Right.
having his little presence being there. And I've seen him do it for his friends. It's cool.
Well, and also the innocence of children, right?
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
and for him to be helping her reflect on what's actually
Hmm.
happening here. What
Yeah.
is your nervous response? What's your nervous system like actually responding to?
Yeah.
Um, oh my god, that's just so brilliant. I think it is
Yeah.
hilarious and like it's ironic, right? Like that you have this like young child like
Hmm.
coaching the grandparent
Right.
through,
Yeah,
right? Like and
exactly.
holding space in this beautiful way, but like what a gift he's going to be to humanity, and
Hmm.
already is, right,
Yeah.
with these
Hmm.
tools that you're modeling. So anyway, I can't
Yeah,
wax
I'm sorry.
poetic
This
enough
this
about
interview
how
has now
powerful that
taken
is.
off with my
Yeah,
child's
no, I love
stories.
it. I mean, I think it's so powerful. I'm just like, I think that this is such an important topic for so many people.
Mhm.
That yeah, I just absolutely love it. So we met through Polka Dot Powerhouse and through
Mhm.
being Diamond Dots, I believe, as well. And
Yep.
so tell us a little bit about your dot story and like how did you find Polka Dot?
So my good friend Rachel, I forget how we met, but she she and I used to like walk once a month, and she would always be like, you need to join Polka Dot. You need to join Polka Dot. And I just kind of was like, yeah. She had told me, it's all women, it's no drama, and, you know, no competition, all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, I don't believe it. I don't buy it. Like, and I just kind of kept ignoring her. And then at some point, I don't remember what it was, but December of 2019, she invited me to a meeting, and I finally just said, okay, I'll come. And so I went to a dinner meeting, and it very quickly felt very comfortable. I can be pretty introverted, and put me into any other networking room. I just want to like go mesh through the wall and get out of that room as quickly as possible. And they had it kind of set up in a way that people came and kind of introduced themselves and said hello from the leadership team. And then, I went over to the bar and got a glass of water and kind of stared at the business cards for a few seconds, but way less than I normally would, because then some other person who was a guest came and started talking to me. So we just kind of chatted, and then the meeting started. And by the end of the meeting, I had 3 names of people who really wanted to connect with me, who were like, I want to get to know you. I'm like, what is this? Like, you don't go to networking and leave with names of people who actually want to talk to you. You might leave with a couple business cards, which are like, I'm never talking to that human again. And so I was kind of floored and basically sold instantly. And so I joined December 2019, went to like 3 meetings in person, and then COVID happened. Or 2 meetings actually after that first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And so that was interesting to navigate the whole COVID experience. And then our MD, our managing director, was stepping down. And she was going to step down in December of 2020. So our chapter almost dissolved, and I chose to step up and interview and take over the chapter. And I've been running it since. So that's been an adventure, but it was very powerful for me because I realized being introverted, sometimes connecting, or not connecting, but networking can be hard. But I had learned so much from this particular group. And one of my favorite things was helping others connect with the right people. So I had started really connecting with others, especially outside of the Worcester chapter, and making those connections, like meeting a new member and saying, oh, you should really chat with Celeste or whoever,
Yeah. Yeah.
and helping them get beyond just the Worcester chapter and get to know others. And so, yeah, that's basically my dot story in a nutshell. And then I joined Diamond, and that was another big experience, because at first, I felt a little like my business is a little baby business that I don't have very many clients, and this and that, and all these women, there's quite a few that do very well and are very successful. And so at first it was a little like, do I belong here? And at first, as soon as Elaine welcomed me into the Diamond Facebook page, it's like all these people are like, oh, I would love to connect with you and get to know you better. And there was just a level of support that was even greater than the support we already have as Polka Dots. It was this, I want to support you, I want to help you, or how can we help each other, that sort of thing. And learn from each other, grow, and succeed, was kind of the energy of Diamond. So I just was floored by that.
I
Yeah.
love that. So what made you decide to join Diamond?
Well, actually, I was one of those, like, so during I Rock the Dot Day, um,
Which
at
is
the
March
last
13th.
March 13th, yes, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like a big day to celebrate Polka Dot and the community. And um, the last call of the day is a members only call. It's a pajama party, and the founder, Shannon Crotty, tends to give away little gifts to certain people who have been pretty active throughout the day.
throughout the day, yeah.
And for MD, for managing directors, there's not much like she can't give us a membership, because that's kind of part of being an MD. So I got gifted a diamond membership. Yeah. So my
Wow.
first year of diamonds, I won basically. And then after that, I was like, yeah, I'll stick around. This is pretty awesome having masterminds and goal setting and all these other calls that are really helpful. The master classes that people teach. Yeah. I'm
Sold.
sold. Exactly.
That's amazing. So, do you care to share like a core memory that you've had with another Polka Dot member or Diamond member or share some type of collaborative relationship that you've formed? I know that you probably have a million of these stories.
Right. Probably, I mean, I'm gonna go with Wendy Tadiucci.
Yeah.
She is a diamond member, and we met in person 2 years ago at the Minnesota celebration annual conference. And we were chit chatting, and it was hilarious. She actually had a table there, where a vendor table, and she was going to raffle off this guy, Fernando, the llama. And I was volunteering that morning, helping the people set up their vendor tables. And I walked up to her and I was like, I love this llama. I'm going to win this llama today. Like, cause I was just playing with him while we were setting up, and I was like, he's awesome. I want him. And I was like, I'm going to win. And I put my name in the thing, and wouldn't you know, I won. And so then and we had connected a few times before, but like at celebration, it was like, we just became buddies. And from that, we started collaborating. She helps women in the sandwich generation and who are running businesses. And so she kind of asked me to come in and talk about essential oils that could support them emotionally and whatnot. And so we did a couple collaborations that way. And then ultimately last June, we launched our podcast. So we started working on that, and it went live in September of last year. So we have, um, like 40 something episodes that are live at
Wow.
this point, and we're loving it and having so much fun together and just support each other, and we're growing it. We've built a community for the people that we're trying to support, and it's fantastic. So she's just one of many, but that's a very close relationship that we have built there, and we're having fun growing together. And the best part of it actually is that both of us last January, February, we were both in a total slump business
Mm.
wise. We both weren't sure what to do with our actual businesses, and we were going to give up on our businesses. And so we came together and we chatted and talked about it. We had a cry about it, and then collaborated in this way, and it sparked that energy and got the juices flowing, the creative juices. And so out of that, so much has grown. And then because we took our little break, our siesta from our business, sort of from our business, put less pressure on ourselves about our business is what it
Yeah.
really came down to. We can circle back now and be like, okay, fresh face, feeling better, able to talk about what we really do individually as well as what we do together. So,
I
yeah.
love that. I think there's a couple things that I really wanna point out here that I'm hearing, which is one is the depth of the relationships that you've been able to cultivate, not only
Mhm.
in polka dot, but, like, specifically in diamond, right? Like, being
Yeah.
able to show up vulnerably, being able to um, yeah, just be able to be truly where you are in whatever
Mhm.
moment that's there and
Yes.
be able to be authentic. I think that that's the beautiful thing about polka dot and diamond specifically for women who are either business curious or at the beginning of their business journey or even a seasoned business owner is like finding that
Mhm.
support in a different way, in much more of a caring and collaborative relationship. But then the
Mhm.
other piece of that is um I lost the thread. But yes, you mentioned like taking a break, right?
Mhm.
And whether it was like actually a physical break or just taking the pressure off of things like just allows the universe to like show up with magic, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not trying to like make it happen, right?
Exactly,
So
because when you're doing that, you're just banging your head against the wall, feeling horrible and miserable,
yeah.
and um, so it was like we could just kind of let it go for a little bit and come back to it when we were ready, and it's been great, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that.
and
That's
yeah, Diamond is wonderful for those connections and that growth like that, especially in the mastermind groups that we have. Holding space for each other, uplifting, but also like, a lot of us are solo business owners. So having people that whether it's our mastermind or just good friends within Polka Dot, that we can lean on and say, hey, I need your opinion about something, or what do you think
Mhm.
about this, or whatever, is really powerful because we don't have a board. We are one. We don't have multiple.
Yeah, the majority of us are solopreneurs, right?
Yeah, yeah. If you listen to
Yeah.
Connie Kuju talk, she almost sounds like she's got multiple personalities because she'll talk as she's a business coach, and she'll talk about how we have to be the CFO, the CEO, the sales department, and the whatever. And it's like,
Marketing, the the actual provider, like, yeah.
right. And she's like, and she will sometimes talk to herself in the two different voices, but
Right.
it's like that's kind of how it is. So like you sometimes need the perspective of others to help you.
Mhm. I love that.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
awesome. So for someone who is curious about joining Polka Dot or joining Diamonds, like, what advice would you give to them?
I would say come to a meeting, check it out. Whether it's virtual or in person, you're going to probably experience the amazingness of feeling welcome, realizing that we celebrate our personal and our professional wins. Like, it's not just about business. Um, it is about connection. It is about community, and it is about our personal and professional growth. So it's a little bit of both or all. Um, and it's just a refreshing way of looking at the world and with connecting. Um, again, being a super introvert, I also didn't have very many close friends growing up.
Mm.
I had people I considered associates. I only had maybe 3 or 4 truly close friends that I trusted and believed in as friends. And now I have people across the globe that I can lean on, I can call in a pinch, or when I just, need to chat. And that I truly, truly, truly consider friends. So to suddenly have a plethora of friends at 40 something years old is a bizarre experience when this is your mode of operation. But it's also, how often is it that we say, like, it's hard to make friends when you're an adult? Well, not in the polka dot world. So,
Definitely not.
yeah, join polka dots if you need some friends, if you need
What
business cohorts, if you need inspiration, and if you need help celebrating yourself.
Well, and I love what you said too, Stephanie, which is like experience it, right? Like show
Yeah,
up, try it on,
100%.
see if it's for you. I think that's the biggest thing. But I know that's definitely been my experience is like when you show up, then you are just welcomed with like welcome open arms
Mhm.
and it's such a beautiful thing of like
It
just
is.
just a beautiful group of accepting people where they are no matter where they are.
Exactly. 100%. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about experiencing it, and then from there, I think most people are like, "Oh, yeah, this is right."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. So I know that we have your link tree, like
Mhm.
it's going to be in the show notes for anybody who wants to connect with you.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just really appreciate your time today, Stephanie. Thank you so much for sharing your amazing brilliance and not only what you do, but also with your vast experience with Polka Dot. And I
Thank you.
really appreciate you being here today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. We'll see you later. And so we will see you on the next episode. Thanks so much. Tune in next time.